Welcome back. 10:29, but who's counting? Sydney Sings in studio. You're still alive.
I'm still alive. It's a good week.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. People always see Chicago on the news, and it's like, is it that bad?
Well, okay. So what happened is I went to Chicago for a few days, right? And that was great. It was a great experience. Is it that bad? I don't know. We no, don't spit on the equipment. But no, it was good. It was a great experience.
The way you framed that was beautiful. That was a beautiful
you.
Framing.
Yeah, right? Like, I can't speak to that. But it was a great experience. We felt very safe. I was there with a couple of friends, and we were careful. So, to answer your question, yes, I'm still alive, and I had a good time. That's, in my mind, that's what matters. I consider it a successful trip. I came back.
And you actually had quite the experience, I heard.
Yeah.
So take me through when the decision was made that we were going to go to Chicago.
Well, it was a couple of months ago we decided we wanted to take a trip. So me and my friends, we hang out a lot. We go to a lot of things, and we try to take trips every now and then, like little weekend trips.
Like on your favorite rocket ship? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Don't do this to me, CJ. But we went to Arkansas. We went on a float trip. We're trying to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
One of my friends is going to med school soon, and he's moving away. So we're trying to spend a lot of time together before that happens, right? So yeah, shout out to that guy. But anyway,
good job, that
good
guy.
Good for you. But anyway, so we decided to take this little trip to Chicago and just spend a couple of days there. And we figured it would work out really well if we went over the 4th of July weekend. So we went, and I should have foreseen the fact that we had a day off and could do this pretty easily meant so did everybody else. And so it was very, very crowded there. But it was a fun time. We walked around. We saw a lot of things over the last few days.
So let me ask you this. Before we go into your real trip experience, one last bad joke. Okay.
No, I'm ready for it.
Did they have any public service announcements on how to differentiate the gunshot from a firework?
So, So I'll admit, as we were walking around, there were a lot of bangs, and I was like, this is probably nothing. This is probably fine. But every now and then, it got just a little bit nerve-wracking.
I had to ask. You're walking by, someone go, Charlie, Tango 225, all that stuff. But the war zone. But you had fun though. It seems like it was really just a mild trip.
Yeah, it was just a chill time. We walked around. We walked about 25,000 steps every day, so that was exhausting. But it was very fun to see what was going on in the city and see what was up. And we ate some great food. So Chicago food, 10 out of 10, gotta say.
What was your first stop?
So we went. We basically got iced coffee and we started the day and we drove into Chicago. And by the time we got dinner that night, it was like 8 p.m. So we were very tired, very hangry, and we ended up getting dinner at this hole in the wall tavern that was there, and it was so good.
25,000 steps
every day. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Yeah, it's according to my phone anyway. It's wild. I'll say it was definitely.
Do your legs hurt?
Yes, a little bit. It definitely threw me off for a couple of days.
The average. Hold on here. Let me just make sure I'm right. Just because I googled this.
No, that's fair.
My ADD kind of kicked in here.
No, that's fair. Call me out. I'm ready for it.
No. It's not calling you out. It's kind of giving you props here. I have no doubt you walked it. It's roughly 12 miles.
Yeah, according to our phones, right? That's what it said. It said we walked 12 miles a day, which was wild and exhausting. But that's the thing. If you don't want to pay for Ubers or taxis, which we didn't, we wanted to do this trip on a budget. So we decided we're going to walk.
What was the budget?
It was low. We said, we paid the money to go to the Airbnb. So that was our biggest expense. But we decided we were going to basically try to do as much for free as possible. So we went to the Art Museum had for 4th of July. They had free admission for Illinois residents, so we went to that.
That's cool.
It was really cool.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about the picture before we go into the... I watched Family Guy, okay? That's where I get my cultural references.
For sure.
But Family Guy obviously steals all the big cultural references and puts them in their show with just an animated version. I thought that this picture, and we all know the picture. Okay, I gotta find this. I gotta find this scene, and I'll play it. I'll get taken off of Facebook today, but I don't care.
That'd be fascinating.
You know,
Yeah.
but this picture, I pictured the Family Guy cutaway, where it's Stewie, like, mesmerized by this painting.
Yeah.
But that's really a Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Have you seen Ferris Bueller's Day
No.
Off? Okay, well, first of all, you got to watch that because that's a great movie.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
I do give you movie suggestions.
Yeah.
It's very fair that
And-
you give me some.
And I don't watch them, so you probably
Oh, thank
won't
you
watch
very
it.
much.
No, it's not.
No, I'm going to. I am going to watch to prove a point.
Yeah, you get back to me on that. But no, so on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, there's this scene. They travel all around Chicago that day, and it's very fun. It's a very good movie. But there's this scene where they're at the Art Institute of Chicago, and there's like the Smith song in the background, and they're staring at this painting, and it's very cool. And so when we went to the Art Institute, we decided like we needed to see this painting. I decided I needed to see this painting. My friends were like, whatever. So
Good friends.
Yeah, they are good friends. But so we went along and we found this painting that has this big scene in the movie, and we just stared at it for a few minutes, and it was awesome. It was very cool to see all of these very famous paintings. I had never been to the Art Institute before, so there was like Van Gogh and Picasso, and it was awesome.
How long did it take you to adapt to the way of life of a Chicagoan? Is that what you call them?
Probably. I don't know, but I'll say we never quite got there. But
You never
we were
got
like we were like in between. We weren't quite like the tourists that like are terrified, but we were also not by any means like the experts, right? So we're walking around with our GPS on our phone, like turning around, looking all over, and then at the same time we're able to use the L. So we managed that,
That's what
which
I'm
I was
asking
pretty
you
proud
about.
of
So
us.
what is the? I'm not a Chicago person.
No, you're good.
I
That's the
haven't
train
gone
system.
I haven't gone since I was like 5 or maybe 7.
No, you're good. I went last year for the Taylor Swift concert, so I've been a couple of times
so
in the
you're
last
versed.
few years. I'm basically a native, but anyway. So we went and we took the L, and that's where we.
Normally I do too.
Yeah. But we managed that, and we only got on the wrong train one time, and so I'd say that's a huge success in our minds. We managed that really well.
Did you? If you get on the wrong train, do you go quite a far ways away?
Luckily, we noticed right before we got to the next stop, so we were able to jump off and jump on the right one, so that was good.
So you saved it.
We saved it, and we didn't lose anybody on the train system, which was a win. I was afraid we were gonna like break up our group halfway through, but we managed. I'd say it was a successful trip. Everybody came back, so that's a win.
That's very true. So let me ask you, what was your favorite part of this? Because you trekked over Millennium Park, you took the picture of the bean.
Yeah, you gotta.
Is it that impressive?
It's kind of fun. You know?
I gotta ask you though, because you're honest. Like, is it something you go travel for?
I don't know if it's worth going once, right? But
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Arch. Like you want to see it one time, but I'll be honest, I haven't been up in the Arch since I was like a little kid.
I
Like,
don't think I've ever been up in the
yeah, like you see it once and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then you move on. So
Yeah.
the bean's kind of the same way, but
Okay.
like it's still fun. If you're gonna go, you gotta go check it out. So we took a picture in the reflective surface of the bean, and we had like a nice little experience there in Millennium Park, and we went to those fountains where they spit the water out. You know what I'm talking about? It's like these fountains
Sounds
where
like a gross fountain.
it's kind of weird. It's an art installation where they have faces on the fountains.
Oh,
and the
okay,
water
I get it.
Spits out. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of interesting. And we went and we just sat there for a couple of minutes and rested our feet, and so that was a fun little Millennium Park trip.
So I gotta ask you, did you go to Portillo's?
I did not.
Ooh.
No,
Oh.
missed it.
John, you gotta talk to her, man. You gotta talk to her.
I missed it. That's my bad.
Now, I gotta ask you, what deep dish pizza did you go with? Because this is a whole debate in Chicago.
No,
Where
that's
do you
fair.
go for your deep dish pizza?
So we went to Luminaldi's. So I'm sorry
call.
if I
No,
said
that's
that
a good
wrong,
call.
But
Oh,
no,
I
it
get
was
it.
good. I thought it was good.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
a
say
deep dish
something
Oh, no.
controversial.
Okay.
I think all pizza kind of tastes the same.
Oh, no! No!
So I love deep dish pizza. I think it's great, but I think it kind of tastes the same as everything else. So I thought it was good. I enjoyed my trip, but like I like Domino's too. So what are you gonna do?
I have an idea.
No, let's hear it.
We're gonna have a blind taste test on pizza.
Okay,
Okay?
bet.
Blindfold and all. We're gonna get pizza from local establishments. Domino's.
Yeah.
and Papa John's. You know, you got to get those Little Caesars,
Absolutely.
and then you got to find like 3 others from locals.
No, that sounds fun.
Can you differentiate? I can't say that word. I don't know if I have like some medical thing going on, but I just can't. I don't know what happened. I used to be able to say differentiate all the time. Now I'm just, peanut butter.
You just gotta avoid it.
It's definitely some tick going on today.
You gotta get around
That'd be a good thing.
No, that'd be fun. That sounds like a fun 9 a.m. task. I think it'd be a very fun thing to do
sit
on
there
the show.
and strap the damn blindfold on, and you're
absolutely.
ready to go.
No, it's a plan. Don't tease with me
No,
about
it's
pizza.
not a tease.
I'm
We're going to do
serious.
this. So now, deep dish. Do you like the fullness to it?
I think it's good. I think it's good every now and then. You know, I think it's a lot. I don't know. Do you like deep dish pizza?
So I have a point about deep dish pizza.
Let's hear
I
it.
love deep dish pizza, but it's got to be, what happens is if you have it delivered, it sits too long, and you can't let deep dish pizza sit.
You're so right.
You know, you just can't. It's got to be eaten right when it's ready to go.
You're right.
And so then it's good, but then when it gets cold, though, a little bit, and you have to microwave it, oh, what a terrible experience.
Yeah, leftover deep dish isn't really the move.
No.
You got to be prepared. If you're going to order a pizza, you got to be prepared to eat the pizza.
Or bring your air fryer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best way to reheat pizza.
I've actually discovered that recently.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Wonderful.
Yeah, who knew? We need an air fryer for the office. That'd be great.
Yeah, we do that one. I got a whole turkey to put in there today.
There we go. I look forward to seeing that.
So you had a deep dish pizza, but now let me talk to you about this karaoke bar.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Because, the CJ in me wants to say, what, 1 a.m., that could be dangerous.
No, so here's the thing. So you're right, though. We went out and we went to a karaoke bar, which was very, very fun. But yeah, it was late. And coming back on the train back to the Airbnb at like 2 in the morning, like, oh my gosh, I don't recommend that. I'll be honest with you. I do not recommend
Did you
that
have
to
your
people.
taser?
I was kind of on guard. But that's my favorite thing about going on the train system is everybody has the same goal pretty much on the train system, which is to get where you're going and not get messed with. And that's like
true.
pretty much the goal of everybody there. So
Do they got a rat problem like they have in New York in the trains?
We did see rats, yeah.
Were
so
they
that was
big?
kind of fun.
Were
They
they
were
big
kind of
ones?
big.
Oh.
They were big. It was kind of fun. It was kind of like, oh, we made it to the city.
I got to ask you, because like to me, because there's nights like people that have found out I'm on my Vegas trip the first night, but the late nights when for me it was seeing the sunrise, but for you it's 1, 2 in the morning. There's like a really weird, like euphoric feeling when you're kind of walking back from a fun night.
Absolutely, yeah. All of a sudden you're not tired anymore.
Yeah,
you're, like,
you want
ready
to keep
go.
going. Yeah. You don't want it to end.
Yeah, we didn't go to bed until like 3:30 that night, and it was horrible the next day. But it's okay because it was a fun time, so that's what matters.
So, but was everyone kind of just on cloud nine? You think though the whole trip was it that good of one?
It was a good trip. I think everybody. One of the things that's great about this is we all get along pretty well.
Yeah.
So we were all on the same page. We've traveled together before, so we kind of get how to do it together. That's the thing when you're going to travel with friends. I think you just have to be very go with the flow. That's like the lesson that I've learned over the years, and so everybody there was very go with the flow, which worked out well.
Now, where did you tell people you were from when they asked?
No one actually asked me that.
Wow.
Nobody approached me. Yeah, I don't know, but I would have probably said St. Louis.
That's what I was going to ask you.
I'll be honest with you. As much as I love to specify Alton, we had somebody who we were talking to for a while, and we were trying to explain we're from Alton, which is close to St. Louis, and it was very confusing. But we got there. We got there eventually. So what are you gonna do?
It's true. So your last night in Chicago, you're exhausted. Stood with my aching feet in Lake Michigan. Is Lake Michigan? Do people do that?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because I don't know.
Well, we kind of came across it on accident, where they had like a little beach situation there, where like with sand and people in the daytime people come and swim in the lake, but at nighttime people were just there kind of hanging out, and so we went and we stood in the water, and it was really weird to be on a quote unquote beach when there's like skyscrapers around you, so that was bizarre, but it was very cool. It was neat to check it out and see the lights on the water and that kind of thing. So it was just one of those moments, when you're kind of like, oh, this is nice to be alive. It's
What time
like
was that at?
That was like 10:30.
Oh, okay. So you're within the margin of error there.
Yeah, that was like early,
You're
basically.
early.
Yeah. No, in my life, I want to say right now, I am not actually that like of a party animal.
No.
I go to bed
That's
at,
why when you said 1 in the morning, like you told me that during the week, and I went, What?
That is not me. I go to bed at 9:30 usually, so I was thrown
that's
off.
a CJ thing. I was like, man, you had fun then. But I think it's great. So what's your go-to karaoke song?
Well, I held it in this time.
No,
I
you
said,
didn't.
yeah, I
No,
said,
you
I'm going to be
didn't.
strong. I'm not going to perform karaoke and regret it the next day. And so, I wasn't cool. I was kind of lame about it, but I was like, I'm going to keep it in. That being said, we heard some great songs. We heard some ABBA, which is fun. And we also heard some songs that shouldn't be sang at karaoke, like some Adele, some slow songs. You shouldn't sing those at karaoke.
I
That's
told
not
you
fun.
that. I've said that before.
Yeah.
I was doing karaoke. Well, a great friend of mine was
Yeah.
doing karaoke. And he did You Got a Friend by James Taylor. I mean, here I am busting out
Yeah.
Rhinestone Cowboy, sweating
you should
profusely,
be.
gyrating on stage, working the crowd.
Good
and
for
then
you.
I'm hit with, winter, spring, hell.
Literally,
no.
yeah.
Get out of here.
It's not the vibe. I'm
Still love
sorry.
you, buddy. I still love you, buddy. You know what I'm talking about out there. So, so is the water actually black in that lake, or is that just because it was dark outside?
It was because it was dark. It was actually pretty clear.
Like
so that's surprising.
I'm not
Yeah,
lying.
no.
Like, is there a certain hue to this? Like, they didn't
No,
know
that'd
about?
be interesting.
Yeah,
No,
what
it
is
was
it?
pretty clear. So I was impressed, but it was kind of gross too, because it's like a lake in Chicago. So that's all you need to know. It's kind of disgusting, but you gotta just.
She
go
said it.
with
I didn't. She said it. No. Did you hear they're gonna put like a type of beach like that in Vegas? They said.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. They said that was the next move. It's like some little beachfront,
That's
man-made
interesting.
beach.
I've never been to Vegas before, so I'm like living vicariously through your stories
we
about
can't,
it.
We can't talk about
Okay,
those on here.
that's enough.
Listen, I just was very happy to play roulette at 5 a.m. That's
you
all I'm
should
gonna
be.
say.
That sounds awesome.
Now, as you, so when you're going home though, do you get the travel blues like it's done and you got to go back to reality, or do you just get ready to go work?
Yeah, it's interesting. You gotta the way that I live my life is I am pretty much consistently thinking of like the next thing, which probably isn't the best way to live, but like you're thinking about like, okay, this was a great trip. What's coming next that I can look forward to? Which, you should live in the moment. I highly recommend living in the moment, but like that is kind of a fun way to get to the next thing too. But
I want to do that, and I'm like, right on the plane, I'm like, okay, when am I going back?
Yeah,
this is fun.
literally.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, oh my god, I have no money left.
yeah, I gotta check the bank account. That night we got back and everybody had over the trip, like you put your card down for the meal for everybody or whatever. So that night we were all looking at our transactions, like Venmoing each other what we owed, and that was painful to be like, okay, at the end of the day, this is what we actually ended up spending, and that's a little bit hurtful. So I'm recouping a little bit now, but it's okay.
That's That's good. Well, going forward, would you go back to Chicago?
I would absolutely go back to Chicago.
For anyone that's fearful, because the news does pander this as a war zone. I mean, it doesn't matter what news station you watch. Eventually, there's a Chicago story with like 800 people shot over the weekend.
It's scary.
But what's your, like, if someone's nervous about it, what's your kind of takeaway?
Well, I don't know, because it's scary anywhere you go,
It
right?
is, right?
It's, and it's easy to stay home, and I get that. And I think I'm going to say something that might be controversial, I don't know, but I think after the pandemic, people one of two things, either decided I'm never going anywhere.
Hold on, not to cut you off. Shelley Duvall died, the Shining star. Yeah, I mean, she was a hell of an actress.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, remember her?
Yeah, no, I remember her. She was great at
just
that.
happened a couple minutes ago.
Oh.
Okay, back to Sydney. She's more important anyway.
Well, that's kind of sad. No, I just think after the pandemic, either people were like, I want to stay home all the time. I don't want to go anywhere, which I completely understand that mindset.
Yeah.
Or on the other side was, I never want to be trapped in one place again. I want to go everywhere and do things, which I definitely understand. Yeah. So, if you're out there and you're like, I really want to try this, then there's no reason not to. Give it a shot. And there's the thing too, like there's a lot of people around. It's pretty safe. Don't ride the train at 2 a.m., but like it's pretty safe out there. If my dad's watching this, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, did you break the news? Did anyone hear about this
It didn't
before we
come up.
God, I shouldn't have said it then. I wouldn't have
sorry
said
to
it.
my father.
I wouldn't have said it if I didn't know. I wouldn't get you in trouble like
No, I
that.
appreciate it. But it's all about just being smart. And, we were smart as much as, for the most part, we were smart about
I
it.
hope
so.
they aren't watching this live.
Yeah.
I hope it's an on-demand
I'm gonna
view.
get a text.
I hope it's an on-demand
What did you
view.
do? But we survived. We're made at home, so
That's
you
cool.
gotta go out.
You have a good group of friends, though.
I'm I'm very lucky, and I think I think that's for everybody out there who's kind of like still looking for their tribe or whatever, like you're gonna find them. That's the thing that I wish I had known more of when I was younger, is like you will find your people and they'll stick with you, and definitely keep looking, but it's worth finding them. So that's my little soapbox for the day.
There you go. How about that? Sydney hitting you with some preaching today. Brian Trust Show will be on at 2 p.m., by the way. And 2 to 3 p.m., You're Beautiful with Brian Trust. You can go to RiverBender.com/beautiful, and that's the link. I just saw that today. I wanted to make sure to plug that. Hey, are you ready to reduce your energy bills? Grid Solar LLC here to help you make that switch to solar power. Solar energy is a sustainable, cost-effective solution that benefits both your wallet and the planet. Now, at Grid Solar, they specialize in creating those custom solar designs that meet your specific energy needs, because everyone's different. Their experienced team committed to delivering high-quality solar installations and exceptional service. Did you see? They were on the show. They do a segment, and they found out that Ameren's aggregate program's changing. So the benefits are not going to be as great as they were this year. It's starting to change over effective January 1. So they came on the show. They said, folks, if you want to get all the savings that are currently there, all those programs that are going, you got to book now before September, because once September ends, wake me up, But when September ends, they won't be able to get you on the books in all seriousness. So please call them today. Reach out. That's GridSolarLLC.com, and embrace the future of energy with Grid Solar. They're your trusted partner in the Metro East.